all cheese and crackers. Don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Constructors, Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring heavy equipment mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
Welcome in to the Ahman Green Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska esports coach.
Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown. 98 yards and a Lambeau leap.
Here is your host, Ahman Green.
All right, welcome into the Ahman Green Show. I'm your host, Ahman Green, along with my man Harrison. To my right on the ones and twos. How you doing, Mr. Harrison?
Doing pretty good. It was a nice, beautiful day out. Wasn't expecting it, but
Very nice.
Walking around, it's like 55 degrees outside. I think
Very
the high
nice.
might even got to 60 degrees, but yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. We're getting lucky here. It's November 29th, and we're still experiencing some really nice weather. So yeah, I can't complain.
I am not complaining. I got everybody hitting me up from Green Bay, my old friends and neighbors. Well, still friends, but just old neighbors now.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all hyped up because the Packers got the Chiefs. And now we know what that means. And then it's not what it means, but what I didn't know was even though they're playing there, Taylor Swift is performing there like on Friday night or something.
Yeah, that wouldn't
Something like
surprise me. I'll be honest, I try to tune out a lot of not because I'm against her or anything, but I'm not too interested in it. I'm surprised though. She is performing.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, great business move.
Yeah, it is smart.
For many reasons.
Yeah.
And now her boyfriend's a chief and they're balling out of control. And her career, she owns a lot of things and doing a lot of big directing movies and videos. And her concert is just so happenly in Lambeau Field the night that her boyfriend and his team plays. So great marketing, great promotion.
What the tickets are going to be for that. That has got to be crazy expensive.
I would say at least like the most expensive ticket I've seen going into Lambeau Field, the club seats, other than the suites are ridiculous amount of money.
Oh yeah.
But the club seats, like inside seating that we'll probably have here in the next 5 to 10 years, inside seating is probably starting around $200-300, if not more.
I can believe that.
If not, starting at $200, going up to $450-500 for indoor seating where you can still go outside and have experience in the cold Lambeau Field weather. So just good friend. My old neighbor texted me this morning. He's like, hey, yeah, tell you coming to the game? I'm like, no.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
it. I was like, I will be coming back soon, but not for that game. I'll be coming to hang out with you all, my neighbors and my friends that we used to have in Green Bay. We still do. We just live in another, community, living in Richmond, Texas.
I'm surprised. I'm looking at Ticketmaster right now. They're not as bad as I thought. It's like $150.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, not bad.
Cheapest. So if you get them right now,
$150, I'll pay that.
Yeah, I'd imagine that price is going to get drove up because the Swifties, those guys are serious about it. If they get a concert out of it, they're going to show up in numbers.
100%. I could have wiggled my way out of that, talking to, the people I know in the ticket office. Hey, what's up with the tickets for Tay coming in?
Are you a Taylor Swift fan?
I say I don't have. I say kinda. You know,
Mhm.
I listen to her music. If it's playing, I will turn the volume up. It's like, oh, because she did a couple with when she was starting to get in, like really hit the mainstream.
So like
She had a song with
2013
she got
era.
a song with Kendrick Lamar.
Yep.
She
Yep.
did a
Okay.
song with another rapper, either DJ Khaled
That makes sense.
J. Cole or somebody.
I
Somebody
can see
new.
DJ Khaled because
Yeah, or Drake. She said it's something. She did something with one of I know she did one with Kendrick Lamar. That song I like.
402-464-5685. See if they can help us out. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, her fame, it
Oh,
like
yeah.
took off and then it got quiet. And now she's like on round 2. And
Oh,
it's,
she's balling out of control. So if she's an athlete, she's dominating right now.
yeah, she's got GOAT
Basketball,
status.
if she's in basketball, she's dominating the paint
Mhm.
or dominate 3-point line, you know.
I think she's
defense.
a 3-level scorer at this
This
point.
level, yes.
Like she's taking
Because
it
she
off
went
on a
from
new level.
country.
Yeah.
She came in doing the country thing.
Yeah, a little bit of
and-
pop country.
And
They
then
got
now
that in there.
completely pop and directing her own video. That last video where actually said something where she was talking about how men in any industry kind of have a leg up on women no matter of their status.
Mhm.
You know, that's basically what it was saying. And it was
Yeah.
a great video. I actually played it in my class and talked about it, use it as a point of reference of why, you know, women in certain industries and really all industries struggle of kind of in what's the word, rising up in their profession.
Especially in what you're teaching. I
Exactly.
imagine it's an important lesson to have.
Between yeah, it was a great lesson for my class to see that and to
Mhm.
see somebody on their level because she's not much older than them. You know,
That's fair. How
she's in
old
her,
is Taylor
I would
Swift?
say, well, you could probably look that up.
Yeah,
real
we'll
quick.
find a
She's probably in her I say mid 20s, mid to late 20s. Let's see, Taylor Swift. Oh,
Yeah.
It pops up. I didn't even get the whole Taylor name spelled out. That's awesome.
That's got to be like number
That's
1. You put TA.
33. She's 33.
33.
So early 30s.
You got her net worth on there? I'm curious what
Oh,
that is.
net worth
at
is usually
33
with
years
the
old.
AI now. You get a little bit of everything, and let's see, it doesn't. Nope, it doesn't have net worth. I did because I talked about Kim Kardashian and their family in the same class. It was all about promotion and advertising. So you know they've done great in that field.
Oh yeah,
and her net worth it showed it up on the Google.
Mm-hmm.
The Google said 1.7 billion. I was like, what?
At a certain point, I don't know what you do with that extra money.
Right.
That's so much money.
Billion. And what she has, from her and Kanye, 2 kids?
Yeah, I
at least
2.
I know they have one for sure.
They have one for sure. I think
100%.
it's 2 because one's named like North, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Northwest.
Northwest. Clever. Love it.
It is clever.
So wait a minute. It might have no net worth. Just a sibling, Austin.
To be fair, usually those net worths are I feel like when Google gives you an answer, they're pretty rough estimates.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like Wikipedia.
Yeah.
People
but still, I mean,
log in and do it.
If it's 1.7 bill or 1.3 bill, like that's still a lot of money we're talking about.
And she's done things like voiceover actors for the Lorax. The Dr. Seuss movie, Cats. And she's like I said, that video and other, I'm pretty sure that's not the only video she's directed and wrote for herself.
Yeah.
Which obviously you do good in that because you're the director, you're the writer, and you're the performer. So you're getting all them paychecks. she's housing the bag right there.
Mm-hmm.
She's getting that bag right there. So
got to do that. There's been some unfortunate movies that took off and the actors just signed a bad contract. And
True.
They have stories where guys they have a movie that's like cult classic, and they don't make any royalties off.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know, and
right.
they're just getting burned on the back end.
Yeah, it's like you didn't read the fine print or didn't read the contract at all,
or it's your first shot and you're just willing to take it.
Yeah, you're just like, you know what, I'm taking it. I'll do it.
Mhm.
You know, for peanuts. You know, literally peanuts. It's like, you know, back in the day between Hollywood and records, rap, rock, country. Some of these rappers, entertainers, singers were doing just that. They're obviously for a lot of rappers, like I was a rap guy growing up and still is, like Master P and Mystical. And I think even like obviously NWA and all them selling them the tape cassettes out of the back of cars or out of their, houses or apartments, just dubbing them up and then getting them out, and then the record company, catches wind of them and then boom, they get a little bigger, but everybody's getting their cut from the pie, so it's interesting. But for Taylor, she's been fantastic.
Yeah, she's just on
just
an incredible chapter.
Yeah,
right now.
so right now rolling. So I mean, I say Hollywood into this, where of course bring in all the conspiracy theorists on the NFL is scripted type conversation, that Travis and his squad go win another Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's not scripted because if you watched Monday Night
heck no,
Football with the
no.
Bears and Vikings,
No,
I
that was
don't
just-
think anybody would write that script.
Heck no,
Like,
that
that's
was
bad television.
the worst football I have seen on the pro level in a very long time. And like, as hard as I was on myself as a player, I would say that matched up with one game I had in 04. We played the Tennessee Titans on Monday Night Football.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I had 2 or 3 fumbles, and I was just not happy with myself. And I'm like, man, I played like blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It was nasty. So that game there was like, for me, and going through, what I seen, what they, when I say they, Justin and
Dobbs.
The
Mhm.
quarterback for the Vikings now, what they went through in that game. And it was like they won on 4 field goals.
It was so
no
ugly.
touchdowns.
It was horrible.
It was 1 touchdown.
Mm-hmm. To
I was
TJ
like,
Hawkinson. That was the only one they
to a
got.
tight end.
Yeah.
Not a wide receiver, not a running back going 80,
No.
or a quarterback going 80, because that happens these days now.
Yeah, hard to do when you're, Dobbs, four interceptions. Fields fumbles the ball twice. One time he tries to. Fields, I like Justin Fields. I don't think the quarterback's a problem, but there's always times where I'm like, I don't know what's going on with the development. It's like decision making. It's the schemes they're trying to put him in. It just feels like they're really burning him on that end. It just feels like it's 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, because they can't ever figure out what they want to be.
Exactly. So the development process is not in a good spot for Justin or the team.
Mm-hmm. It hasn't been for decades, to be fair.
Yeah, for decades. Yeah, he's not the only unfortunate product player that has come through that, the hollow halls of, Chicago Bears, Midway Field or Stadium, with all the things they say when they're leading up into a Bears game in Soldier Field. They hype it up, but then they find out real quick that, oh man, this is not the team. Or it's not one of those famous teams like the '85 Bears, or go back when they were playing with no face mask, when they had really good Bears team. They weren't even called the Bears then. I can't remember what exactly they were called, but they were good. They were beating the Packers. They were beating I think they might have been the Cardinals at that time. They might have been.
Yeah,
name.
You go over to like the old NFL teams are all like Northeast, and there's like a bunch of them, and it's kind of that early era. It's fun to look at. You got a bunch of videos of like those teams when they're moving around, hopping around, and they got weird names. And then I think
Brock Nagurski
is what's the one team that's had the longest standing title? Would it be the Packers?
It would have to be the Packers, because we were always the Packers, but the first name was the Acme Packers, like from the cartoon.
Right.
The first time when I saw that, when I became a Packer, I'm like, wasn't that? I thought that was Bugs Bunny and Wile E. Coyote type stuff.
Is that really why it's the Packers though? It's just all based off that?
In terms of
like the actual Packer, like when you're thinking of a Packer.
So yeah, shipment Packer. So it's a lot of warehouses around Lambeau Field, within a mile of Lambeau Field, and the one in particular has been there forever. It's been there just as long as the stadium's probably been there, and it's Scaneric, which is a glove company.
Okay.
And they make football gloves. They make,
and they've been there for a long time.
Like, so the owners, the Fabres, they're part of the committee, the team, the what is it, like, what's here, the chancellor committee or what have you for the team. So they got former players on there. I know one of my guys I know wasn't a teammate of mine, but a good friend now. George Kuntz, he's on there, and they had Al Toon on there. He was, because he was a Badger back in the day, and he's from Wisconsin, so he retired in Wisconsin. So he was. I'm not sure if he's still on the committee, and a couple other guys, and then business owners, the people that own Aaron's, which is a lawnmower company, people that own Miller Lite, people that own Quick Trip, which is out of Minneapolis, but no. Yeah, it's based out of Minneapolis, but they have, obviously Quick Trips everywhere.
Right.
They're blowing up here now,
What is Quick Trip?
Oh, a gas station.
Okay.
Yeah, just it's spelled differently from the Quick Trips you probably see around here.
Yeah.
Quick Trips around here is with a Q.
Yep.
Quick Q-U-I-C-K or Q-U-I-K. In Wisconsin and Illinois and Minnesota, it's K-W-I-K.
I love gas station names. There's only so many ways you can spell it out.
Yeah, but I'll say one thing about Quick Trips in Wisconsin, and the ones out of Minneapolis, their food is off the chain. Like, they have great chicken. Like, if you want something like a quick no good food for you and you want it and it tastes good, they got the stuff. They got milkshakes, they got donuts, they got hot dogs, burgers, and
I'm gonna put my
fried
foot
chicken.
down and say there's no way they rival Casey's.
I don't know.
Casey's.
Well, they have
Are you a
Casey's.
Casey's guy?
I've had KC a few times.
Okay.
And they had actually the gas station down the street from my Green Bay house when I was there. They had Casey's, and you had to come in there right when it was warm or fresh out the fryer.
Mhm.
That was the best time to have it.
Yeah, that's always the one. Like if there's a Casey's I'm driving by, that's always the one. I'm pretty good at not making like fast food stops or any like unnecessary stops, but a Casey's. For
Oh yeah,
some
it's
reason,
worth
like,
it.
I love a good Casey's.
Yeah, I know my boys, Gilbert Brown, Santana Dawson. They fight over who's gonna, be driving and stop and grab Casey's chicken, and who's gonna be driving because obviously the driver can't eat a whole lot.
Yeah, you got to be driving. You got to be.
And so who's the
in.
passenger gonna get all the food? I say y'all cold blooded about that. So, oh man, but I say on to other subjects. The esports team. So they did have a game last night. I was so mad. As a coach, I'm trying to catch everything, but everything being virtual for me and for most of us, they're used to. The players are used to it, so they've been going on playing their games. Talking through Discord. I'm still used to having the facility and being in person. So just missing that. So Rocket League did play last night.
Mhm.
They played against Iowa and got a dub and got a win.
Love to hear that.
And so they beat Wisconsin last week.
Man.
So that was a win-win for us there. Let me just clarify this. Go to socials.
Nebraska football needed to tag into that esports
I know.
energy because they handled that two game stretch the way they needed to.
100%. Let me see socials. They're popping up here.
That's pretty good because Iowa and Wisconsin. I know we were talking about before a little bit off break, but your team's developing, and it seems like you're finally getting to a point where you're seeing some serious progress.
Yeah,
I mean, 2 back-to-back wins in Rocket League, which hasn't been your best sport, or what term do you use? Game, sport,
game.
Yeah, that has been your best game yet. But see that progress in there.
Yep.
Do you know where Iowa and Wisconsin kind of sit overall in the Big Ten in terms of esports with Rocket League in particular?
Yep. Yeah, I got the list right here. So we got the top 6. So we got 16 teams that make up the big esports conference, which is technically by say all Big Ten schools, including UCLA, USC already here. And you said who now? Who'd you ask for?
Your last 2 wins, Iowa and Wisconsin.
So
curious to see where.
So Iowa overall is right behind, like two teams, or a team behind us, 2 teams behind us actually. So they're ranked overall in Rocket League. They're actually 16th, so they're dead last in that game.
Good, put them in their place.
There you go. They're ranked 11th in Overwatch, 6th in Super Smash Brothers, and then overall their ranking is I think it's either overall points. So they got a point system too. We got a point system in here. So right now they sitting at 10 points. So and we're just above them. We're 2 games. So it's us. It's Northwestern and then us. And we're sitting at, for Super Smash Brother, that's our best game. We're sitting at 5th. So we're in the running to head to the land there. Overwatch, we're at 8th. And then Valorant, we're 14th. And Rocket League, we're 13th.
You said head to the land. What's the cutoff?
So I don't know. I'll find out. We have a meeting coming up, I think next week, next Monday, the 4th. We have a directors meeting, directors coach meeting Monday at 4 p.m. right before our show on Monday. And so then I'll know all the fine deets, the juicy details on the LAN event. Where is it going to be? Is it going to be, because I think it was, I told you, Minnesota or Ohio State. So we'll find out. Minnesota's great because it's only a 6-hour, 7-hour drive. Ohio State probably like 10, 12.
A little more to do in Minnesota.
Yeah, a little further, but it'd be worth it, obviously, because the players that will have earned it. And so rounding up the top 3 right now is Rutgers. Overall, Rutgers, Ohio State, Purdue. But in terms of games, Rutgers is ranked number 1 in Overwatch, and then number 4 in Valorant, and number 5 in Rocket League. They don't have They don't have enough players for Smash, so they're not even ranked in that. Ohio State the same, not ranked in Smash, but overall they were number 1 in Rocket League, number 5 in Valorant, and number 6 in Overwatch. For them, Purdue, now they do have a Smash team, so they rank actually number 2 in Smash, number 4 in Rocket League, and number 6 in Valorant, and 9 in Overwatch 2. And that rounds out the top. Those are the top 3 teams right there. And then teams right near us, we have Wisconsin straight ahead of us. They're tied for 10th. And then we're right after that. So we're 11th. And then they have, let me see. They play Smash. Their best team is Smash, ranked at number 3. Valorant 7, Overwatch 2, 10th, and then Rocket League is 4th, and then we are ranked 5th, like I mentioned, 8th in Overwatch, 13th in Rocket League, and 14th at
You
Valorant.
said Wisconsin was 4th in Rocket?
4th, I think. Let me see. Was that right?
So that's a big win.
3rd.
Third? Oh, dang.
Yeah.
So that's a huge win for
So
you guys.
we beat. That's a little upset right there.
What does that do for your team's confidence? I mean,
Oh,
they just
man.
took down, like, because now I'd imagine you're playing that game, and I mean, it's like any other sport. Once
Oh,
you have
no.
the confidence, you stop second guessing yourself. Like,
100%.
it's game that's based on reactions. You don't want to have any hesitation.
Yep, a lot of confidence building in any matchup, especially in that matchup there. And then Iowa, there was below us there, but still a win's a win. They're actually, no, I say we're ranked 5th. Iowa was ranked 6th. So, even matchup, we got the win there
Yeah,
too.
you got to take
So,
care of, like, if they're ranked lower than you got to prove it, right?
Yep.
Take care of business.
Exactly.
Win the games you're supposed to win.
Exactly. So I say, confidence being built after that. I think for any player, me not even talking to him a whole lot, I know how that feels getting a dub.
Mhm.
And in a really, I think from all the schools that I've seen play, I've seen in the last 4 years of coaching, I've seen Miami, I've seen Missouri, I've seen Iowa, their Call of Duty team. That was probably a really good team, and I know our team is battle back and forth with them. And so we're probably head and head with Iowa Call of Duty. So I would say any of those teams, really good squads. It depends on the school, just who has the certain amount of players that are there. Because some schools will have more Rocket League players and Smash players, and vice versa with the shooter games, with Overwatch to Valorant to Call of Duty to Fortnite.
Mhm.
I remember my first year at Lakeland, I had a ton of Fortnite players.
Yeah, that's a game
it
that I
was-
never really got on board with.
Me too. Me neither. I
Just
mean, I
'cause it
learned
was the building threw me off.
Yeah, the building threw me off. I learned how to coach it though. I mean, the building is the building. I was like, y'all have that. I'll teach y'all how to shoot and that map awareness.
Yeah.
How to flank people, when to flank, when to engage in the third party battle.
Mhm.
When you see two, you know what that means. Third party, you see two teams already battling out. Do you come and flank one of the teams because they're focused on the A team? You got A team, B team, and you're the C team, and then you come and attack B team because they're focused on A team. You could get a couple kills, easy team wipes there. But it's knowing how to that timing. You just don't run it willy nilly.
Yeah, you go in too late too. They got all the best loot, and then you got no chance.
Between too late, but then the timing of it's got to be a sneak attack. They cannot know you're coming. You can't just run in there, because if you run in there, they're gonna hear you. And so you got to creep, take your time, let them battle it out with the other squad, and then boom, finally, when they're thinking, oh man, and then you pushed up enough where you're right behind them, or you're in clear view and shot of them. And if you have a sniper rifle, that's even better, because you hit them from really long distance. Then that's how you finish off a flanking or in a third party a battle in a Fortnite or just a battle royale game. Apex Legends, PUBG, Fortnite, those battle arenas where the map is basically shrinking every minute and every second. So you use that to your advantage too. So you learn how to manage that and get down the map to where you're the winning team. But it's a process. You got to know that going through every time.
And we do have a couple from the text line here. And this one, I'm glad they asked this question. I know the answer to it, but I'm curious if there's ever potential for it to get into esports, because I remember playing this game, man, like 2016, 2017. Like, this was religiously, I love this game. Me and my friends hopped on it all the time. The Raiders fan ask, is Rainbow Six Siege an esports event?
Oh, 100%. It is. We have a club team right now. And so hopefully by the time we have a facility, so next fall, we have a varsity JV squad because we have club team players now that are playing.
I'm surprised that game's still going on.
Yeah,
I played that when I was in like high school.
Yeah, no, it has a pro
it.
league like over in Europe, overseas, over in Paris.
They just updated. Is it one of those?
Like over in Paris, you know who is the commissioner? I say maybe commissioner, but if not, a strong supporter for the Rainbow Six Siege, or Rainbow Six Siege League. I'll give you a hint. I'll give you one hint.
Wait, where is he from?
He's from Paris.
Okay.
He's a former professional athlete. And I say the hint I give you is probably knock it out the park, but he's from France. He's from Paris, France.
I'm trying to think of athletes from Paris, France.
And I'll say he's from Paris, France.
It's not Victor Wembanyama.
And he played basketball.
And he played basketball. He's from Paris, France, played basketball. 402-464-5685. See if you can beat me to it. Can you give me a time? Like, would it be a player I witnessed?
Yes, 100%.
Man, who were the studs from France? I know I'm thinking of all these foreign players, but I couldn't pinpoint which ones are from France. No, Ginobili wasn't from France. He wouldn't be him either, I wouldn't think.
You know,
I don't see Parker doing it. It wouldn't be Tony Parker, would it?
I don't know. Is that your final guess?
Let's go to the text line here. We have
You're not confident in your guessing skills? In your guesstimation?
No, I'm good now. Okay. We got Hude Trav. He says Tony Parker. We got 4672. He says Parker. And we got Ginobili or Parker for sure from 0376. Let's lock in Tony Parker.
Yes, it is. Tony
No
Parker.
way.
So he is a big fan and was playing it here when he was playing with the Spurs. That was his downtime, playing Rainbow. When Rainbow Six Siege dropped in probably like 2014, he started playing it and fell in love with it. And then on his off time, that would be his game.
It is an awesome game.
And then when he retired, now he back home, he helped support the Apex professional level league out there in Paris, France. So they're running a nice seasonal league of teams. Not a lot over here because obviously the travel, but over in Paris, France, they got a nice Apex Legend. I mean, not Apex Legend, Rainbow Six Siege league, and he's like the commissioner of it.
That's like the last guy I would expect to be
Exactly.
a big time gamer.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, I do have Ahman Green in here, esports
True.
head coach.
Exactly.
I wouldn't
Exactly.
expect it. One more from the text line here, and appreciate you guys on the help on that one from 1350. How does playing and coaching football correlate to video games? Just curious how you got into coaching esports.
Oh man, it's how it happened. Basically, I say the simple story is I had a friend who taught and was a student at Lakeland University, and with him being like working with the school after he graduated, he taught some classes, and then he was in a faculty meeting asking where they were planning out an esports team, and they say, hey, we want to start planning out an esports team, and he said, I got a guy for you. I mean, let me ask him first and see if he's interested. Because that's all we talked about. We talked about video games and we talked about comic book movies.
Yeah,
We'll
and
go hang out.
I'm sure he's played with you a few times.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, his game, our game we used to play together is Overwatch. His son played it. I played it as well. He played it. So yeah. And that's the easy story. But it basically came from me volunteering in local high school in Green Bay area at Bayport High, and starting with them in 2017. And they had a hell of an Overwatch team that won state there the next year in 2018. And that started me. And then the correlation of rules, or I say traditional
Coaching,
sports,
basically, yeah.
from traditional sports to esports, it's a lot of similarity. I mean, the biggest thing I see and what I have to really coach players on, like the gaming side is not really the problem because they've been playing since 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, right? These games, Valorant, Smash Brothers, Overwatch 2, Rainbow Six Siege, Apex, all of them. They've been playing them for a while now. So they pretty much, from a game side of it, they got us as coaches, unless we're a former pro of something, right? Call of Duty, Apex, any of those pro games. But the part where we come in as coaches, we help with organization and we help with teaching some of the players, because you'd be surprised how many esports players can't really get past a loss the proper way. Like they may not want to watch the VOD or watch the film of the game. And for the ones that do, them the ones that are already tapped into understanding that we get better through losing too. Like a loss is just like, it's not just, oh man, we got our butts kicked. You, everybody else, pointing the finger at people. Oh, you messed up. You did that. It's not about that. You got to teach them that, showing them that part of it. It's like, you can't point the finger at your teammates. If you start throwing your teammates under the bus, you're going to find out real quick how that does not work.
Yeah, you say it all the time. It's like pretty soon you're playing against your own teammate.
Exactly.
And then your chances of winning go way down.
Yeah, and you be giving call outs and nobody's coming to help you in the shooter.
Yeah,
that is a lonely feeling. So, so I say teaching them more the collaboration sides of being on a team. How you talk to one another, how you communicate verbally, non-verbally, your tone of voice.
And that makes sense, right? Because I mean, a lot of those really good esport athletes probably all going to be self-taught, right? Most of them start young,
100%.
they play the games, and kind of like not getting tilted what you're talking about. It's so easy just to die, respawn. Like you don't have to watch it. Like you just quick get back in, go back to playing the way you were playing without even adjusting what you're doing before.
Exactly, and you got to adjust because sometimes if you don't learn how to adjust against a good team or individual player against a good individual player, you're never going to learn what they were doing to win against you, and you'll never really progress. You'll be at one level You know, I was on a phone call with it today with a school, a group of players that play Splatoon 3, which is a college esports competition.
That's the Nintendo one, right?
Yep, it's a paint game where you basically got to cover the map with your team color.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a club team here that's doing really, really good in their season right now. Their team manager is Astor, and I think he goes by he has a good name. He goes by Drywall. It's awesome. I love their names. Their names on. So shout out to Drywall Astor, the team manager for Splatoon 3. And so we just got asked. I was on the high school call with high school out of Atlanta, Georgia, or just north of Atlanta, Georgia. Dawson, I think it was Dawson Creek High School, or Dawson Creek County High School, something like that. And they asked, they say, "Hey, do y'all have a Splatoon team?" I said, "We sure do. We would like to play against y'all." I'm like, "Hey, no problem. You know, we'll see I'll see what we can do. Set it up."
That's probably the best part. Setting up scrimmages got to be real easy.
And that's how you get your reps in.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
100%.
just like what we did here in Lincoln, Coach Osborne having all them different stations set up. I've used that philosophy. Like when I had COVID, you know, we were in COVID, I'm sorry. And Lakeland, we had an influx of all these athletes, right? Because nobody was playing sports. Football, all the fall sports were canceled. So I had like 8 or 9 Madden players. I had enough of 3 teams of Call of Duty, which is 4v4. So that means I had 18 kids or 20. I had 2 subs with 3 teams. So I had an influx of all these players, 3 Fortnite teams, 2 Overwatch teams. I had 41 players, and we only had 18 gaming stations. So from that right there, I had the bodies, you know, I had the butts in the seat. Now it was like, all right, who's going to be the best player? So we're going to scrim each other. If we could set up outside of university scrims, so with local high schools or local other colleges, do it. Set it up. Let me know, and I'll call the people. Or if you know the person, the school, the high school, the college, or even though you have an amateur pro team, we'll play against them, because anybody, especially an amateur team that's working to path to pro, will face you, because that's where that's where some of these players want to go.
Yeah.
And they'll find out real fast, okay, this is what it looks like to be a pro Call of Duty player, or a pro Madden player, or a pro 2K player, or a pro Overwatch player. It was like, man, that team was good.
Yeah. Usually you can see it pretty quick.
Like, oh, man,
when you watch those pro tournaments. We do have to go to break, though, and we do got a couple more from the text line here. We will get to those on the next segment. You guys can always join in. 402-464-5685. That is the Sartor Heyman text line. I'm on Green Show. I'm Harrison. I'm on Green, host as always. We'll talk to you guys on the other side.
Concrete Industries, a Nebco company, has immediate job openings for precast production laborers. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $20 per hour and a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619. Special through December 5th is spend $75 and get a 2-pound prepackaged pecana roast for free. Limit 3 per visit while supplies last. Also, through the 5th, get 20% off all cheese and crackers. Don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gary with Gary Michaels Clothiers Lincoln. As we celebrate our 40th anniversary, which started in Hastings in 1983, I often reflect on the Lincoln men's stores no longer here. They are McGee's, Ben Simons, Landon's, Rothschild, Sir Winston, Post and Nickel, Ragman, Murray's, Miller and Payne, and Joseph A. Bank. You know where I'm coming from. Gary Michaels has been battle tested, and we are committed to serve Nebraskans as your premier store for men for many years to come. Gary Michaels Clothiers, 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Hey, it's Jake Sorensen. Join me, Sip, and Coach Bush for Early Break this Friday, December 1st at Madsen's Bowling and Billiards, just out the 48th and Holdridge. Call today to reserve your free lane for free bowling at 402-467-3249. And if you don't bowl, still enjoy free coffee and donuts. That's this Friday for the 60th anniversary of Madsen's Bowling and Billiards. Early Break, 6 to 8 on location.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Vershawn Jackson for Brandt Excavating. Brandt's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brandt is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brandt Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrandtExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brandt Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go Big Red.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? At Warhorse Sportsbook, their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino in Lincoln or Horseman's Park in Omaha, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with 4 Lincoln locations, but now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, expecting an increase in cloud cover throughout the day. We'll see a high of around 53. Tonight, partly cloudy skies are expected with an overnight low around 27. And tomorrow, mainly sunny skies do return. It'll be breezy and a little cool tomorrow as well. A high of around 43. I'm meteorologist Kyle Kleckler for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is the Ahman Green Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Ahman Green Show. You guys can always join through the Starter Hamer text line at 402-464-5685. We got some questions from esports on the last segment, and we'll just keep it going here. Because this will be a little short. We went long on the first one, but that's all right. First question from the text line from a Raiders fan. He says, one thing that I think a lot of people don't realize with games is how similar it is to sport. I love when games like Siege end up having terms similar to sports: tackle, field goal, assist. With Siege teams, there's like a push or swinging or holding, referring to an angle, or even roles like roamers and anchors. And yeah, it is one of my favorite things. Again, I was talking to you over the break. I might go home and re-download that one because this is how much fun it was. But I want to read that one because you do remember playing that game, like how serious people get. And they're pulling up like realistic SWAT terms that if you don't know, you we're talking about the lobby, and try not to get tilted. You got to have a level head because you'll hear it.
Yeah, I mean, you'll hear it. But keeping the level head is number one. But yeah, all the technical stuff of Rainbow Six Siege is what I would once I did that. I went to a launch party out in San Diego. I was at Comic-Con already. My agent hit me up, said, "AG, remember I did a thing for Ubisoft at E3 like a year before that." And so they kept me on the list, and they say, "Hey, yeah, we're doing a launch of this new game called Rainbow Six right across the street from the San Diego Convention Center." And I'm like, "For real? What's up? What time? I'll be there." Oh, you just got what I got to do? Go play the game and give
feedback? Did you get to see like the trailer before?
Yep, trailer and everything.
That would have
then,
sold me right away.
Right, and then they'll send you a copy when the game drops. I'm like, you have me at Ubisoft.
I would have been in too.
I was in.
That's one of those. It's like Ubisoft, Bethesda. Is Bethesda bought up yet, or is it?
No, it's bought. Yeah, it's bought. No, they're still Bethesda. The studio,
but they're under a bigger.
They're under Microsoft.
They're under Microsoft. Yep. Okay. Nonetheless, they still bring out great stuff year in, year out. But one more from Shane in Waverly. He says, "I'm a big fan of the PvP on Sea of Thieves, but seems like they keep designing PvP out of it. Any similar game recommendations that can do a better job of embracing PvP?" I'm not familiar with Sea of Thieves, but is there any, or maybe you are, but is there any games out there that you think, you have recommendations how they can enhance the PvP a little bit?
Oh man, well, I know Sea of Thieves. I play that with a friend of mine, gamer. She streams every day from 8 to noon, and then she takes a lunch break, and then she goes from 2 to 5. It's basically her job. And she plays. Her name is BBXH, and she's been streaming since I started streaming in 2016. So she does that, and with a couple other guys, and it's funny. It's a fun game. So you're basically pirating around the Caribbean, around the oceans. I'm trying to think other PvP games like that.
It does feel like there's quite a few games that try to throw that in there as like an extra mode, and when you hop in, it's just like not fleshed out very well. It's kind of. It's just not very satisfying.
Let me look up. So
a lot of Call of Duty, not Call of Duty games, but Call of Duty games that are, I should say, games that are trying to be similar into that like Call of Duty style.
Yep,
they can fall short sometimes.
Yep. So other games out there that we know, PUBG, that's in the PvP. So Fortnite, Apex Legends, we were talking about a little bit. Overwatch 2, which is a college and pro scene, very heavy, and then other games like DayZ.
I got one, 2K. Fix PvP on 2K.
Yeah, the 2K side of it, right? And I would say in Madden too, because they have MUT Team.
Okay,
right. So that is kind of like PvP because you're building out a team, building out a roster that is not the normal roster. It's not the regular team roster that is created in the game. So yeah, there you go. Counter-Strike is another one. Sea of Thieves is on here, like I mentioned. And so I say what they got to do between between the skins. Obviously, that's for money-making purposes. But, come up with, I say, some type of a process. When I say process, I mean, like when you do an RPG game, like when you do God of War, you got a mission. You go to the different waypoints. And I say, put that in some PvP. Give you a mission or give you tasks to do. Because that's what gamers were built off a task. Like we play a game, we're trying to get to a certain level. That's a task. So I say make it more task oriented instead of just running around and trying to unlock things because it's just there. I say they might do that. I might be wrong. I might be just putting my foot in my mouth. I'm not saying they don't do it. I'm just saying when you ask about how to improve it or how to try to get something better out of it, because like games like Forza, for example, is a car racing game, and you have all these tracks you got to do, and you got to make sure. To get better at the tracks, though, they'll put you through a tutorial on how to ride the curves better. coming in and out of curves, how to when to accelerate, when to decelerate, stuff like that. So teach you some things along with that instead of just running around when you can't, not running around, but you do learn the button mechanics and all that. But just give the gamer something like, oh man, that was cool. Like I actually just learned something real.
Yeah.
I remember playing Watch Dogs. It was an espionage game, kind of like a hacker game.
Yep, I never played it, but I'm familiar with it.
I learned how to play chess because of that game.
Really?
It was a side mission where you had to go to a cafe and play chess against this chess master. He was like, what's the one movie with Sean Connery, the chess movie?
Where they're at the park?
Yes. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
it's a guy's name.
Yeah.
I can't. It's a guy's name, but you know what I'm talking about. It's like that. So I had to go in there in the cafe in Watch Dogs and sit there. And I always wanted to play chess. I had a chessboard and I have a Batman character chessboard in my kitchen.
Of course you would.
That just sit there and collect dust. And now I know how to play it, because of a video game, a mini game within the video game I was playing of Watch Dogs. That was one of the challenges. You had to, I beat the game. So me being a completist, I had to finish everything.
So you're like, let me dial in on some chess.
Let me dial in all on the side mission. So this was a side mission, and I dialed in the chess.
I might have to whip the chessboard out some point.
Right.
It's been a while. I'm a little rusty on chess.
The AI was kicking my butt, but then a couple rounds, I started paying. I knew about the moves. I knew that some characters only could go certain ways and certain direction, or only one one step. I was like, oh.
And then you start building up into the strategy, and it gets good. That's why chess is it's a great game, but it's another one of those you can't be outclassed though. You can, but you got to be willing to learn.
No, willing to learn.
They'll checkmate you real quick.
But there's some fun ones, PvP, before we end on this, like Dead by Daylight, fun.
I can
running around like Friday the 13th. You run around trying to stay alive, or you're trying to be the villain. You're trying to be Jason or the murderer in the killer in Dead by Daylight to get all the victims, and then that's so fun. And that's in some places, the place I know in Virginia, Fredericksburg, Virginia. Shout out to UEL, Titus Walker, who is the commissioner in that league. They have Dead by Daylight by one of their competitive games where they'll put one player from one team. He'll be the killer. And then the rest of the players from the other team will be the counselors or the victims trying to get away. And so that one player has to go around and play the game against them and try to get them all.
Okay, I'm surprised I haven't heard that. So it's like a horror.
Yeah, it's a horror game. Yeah, Dead by Daylight. It's been around it came out around the same time Friday the 13th came out. And the UEL has been around for almost 3-4 years now. And they're out of Virginia, Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Okay.
United In Gamers League. So it's a league where they picked every season. They have 3 seasons in a calendar year, and they pick or vote on or pick the commissioner Titus. He picks 33 games for every season. Not 33, but he takes out a few, changes them out. I know we got to go to break here.
No, you're good.
And you got to do out a game when you play. Say it's the Goblins versus. My team is the Ghost.
Okay.
So I'm on that team. So it's the Ghost versus the Goblins, and they spin the wheel. The game pops up. It could be any game from Madden to 2K to Overwatch to Halo Infinite or Dead by Daylight. And if Dead by Daylight rolls up, then as the coach, you got to pick which player obviously is the best player at Dead by Daylight. That if he's a villain, then he's really good. You got to obviously, if he's not, you got to coach him up. So I got coached up by one of the players because we did it one night.
Yeah.
And I ended up killing like 3 of the 4 victims.
And that's pretty good.
And that was my first time. So the coach that was coaching me is named 300. That's his gamer name, 300.
That's a great one. How do you snap
Great
that?
name, 300. Right. And I paid attention as a player, just like Tommy Collin plays in the huddle. When I was here, I paid attention to everything. Hey, you got to do this with the button, hit the X button for this, Y button for that, RB for this, and boom, 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 boom. And boom. He's like, bro, man, you learn fast. I'm like, I told you I learned fast. I said, I listen good, I learn fast. I'm trying to win, And so that league, it basically tests, find out how good of a gamer you are. Like, it's not just sports games. It's not just shooters. It's not just fighting games. It's all of them.
You got no warm up either. You're going to roll to figure out which one.
Yeah, well, you get the warm up. Like in a regular game session, you could get there early and warm up.
Okay.
So you have like an hour warm up.
Okay.
Yeah. So you don't just, but the teams practice, and this is a free league for kids. I think 13 and up or 12 and up.
That's smart though to have like the 12, 13 because we've seen. I mean, we talked about it before, like the amount of kids at a young age that
are out doing no good,
pretty much pro. Some of them,
yeah,
you
that
see
too.
Some of those
yeah,
kids
or really good.
Yeah, but we got to throw it to break here though. Nonetheless, we got one more segment left on the Ahman Green Show. I'm Harrison. Ahman Green, host as always. We'll talk to you guys on the other side.
Are you looking for some holiday fun? This year, start a new tradition. Make the Nebraska Christmas Lights Show experience an annual event for your family and a cherished memory to look forward to every year. From Black Friday to January 3rd, buckle up and tune into the rhythm of the lights and let the magic of Christmas take over with the show. Now located at Star City Shores, just off of 27th and Highway 2. Buy your tickets for just $20 or $25 per car today at NebraskaChristmasLightShow.com.
The holidays are drawing closer, and there's not many things better than getting the gift of relaxation. Not just for yourself, but for anyone in your life. During November, for every service you get at the Body Shop, you get entered into their drawing for a free massage gift certificate equal to your last service. This goes all the way to the week before Christmas, so book your appointments now at thebodyshoplincoln.com and treat yourself and loved ones today. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
Vershawn Jackson for Brandt Excavating. Brandt's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brandt is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brandt Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrandtExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brandt Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go big Brandt.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
This is Rick Heyman from Sartor Heyman Jewelers, inviting you to our new outlet jewelry store at 12th and O in downtown Lincoln. Amazingly, we still have fabulous items we bought 1 year ago and beyond. Well, you know what an outlet store is. Unbeatable prices throughout the store. Closeouts up to 70% off. Don't delay. When it's gone, it's gone. You won't see everything on our website, so you gotta come in. The Outlet by Sartor Heyman, where luxury and affordability meet. Opening November 25th in Lincoln at 12th and O.
Hey, it's Jake Sorensen. Join me, Sip, and Coach Bush for early break this Friday, December 1st at Madsen's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge. Call today to reserve your free lane for free bowling at 402-467-3249. And if you don't bowl, still enjoy free coffee and donuts. That's this Friday for the 60th anniversary of Madsen's Bowling and Billiards. Early break from 6 to 8 on location.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apple, chili, vegetables, chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches.
We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? At Warhorse Sportsbook, their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino in Lincoln or Horseman's Park in Omaha, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
This is the Ahman Green Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome in. Final segment of the Ahman Green Show here on Ticket Weeknights. If you guys want to join the show, feel free to do so. 402-464-5685. That is the Sartor Heyman text line, and we will have plenty of shows up ahead here. We still got the Don't Punt Hour with Mornay Pearsonell. Wide World of Raph. We'll go through our NFL picks, see who won last week's picks. And then, of
I
course,
gotta get in on that.
Okay.
I didn't know y'all where Raph was doing that.
Yeah, I'm dominating Raph, so he's not open about it. He's not open about it.
He doesn't like getting beat, huh?
Well, we were kind of like, it was early. We're trying to fill in shows for the summer. So it's kind of on and off as we're getting through, because obviously student athletes go home. So it's going to shift up Ticket Weeknights.
Okay.
And we kind of went on. And then as the NFL season started going, we're doing these picks. It's like, we really got to start, keeping track of these. And we've kept track for the past, I want to say 7 weeks. And, Raph will have the chance to correct me if I'm wrong tonight, but I'm pretty sure he's only got 7 out of the 9 weeks. I want to say he's probably only gotten 7 of them, or excuse me, 2 of them, and I've gotten the other 7.
Wow.
So he's struggling right now.
He's struggling.
But to be fair, he always picks the Broncos, and that really hurt him early on.
Oh.
But to be
I would
fair,
pick the Broncos now.
I always pick the Bears.
Not
and
a
that's
month ago.
Burned me.
Yeah, not a month ago for the Broncos, but
Mhm.
now for the Broncos, yes.
Yeah.
You're watching it. Dang.
Since we're on the subject, who's been the most surprising team for you in the NFL? Is it the Denver Broncos?
I say coming back mid-season, yes.
Mhm.
Mid-season, definitely.
Or even a team that's just disappointed you beyond belief, that you didn't think it was capable to have this bad of a season?
Between the Vikings and the Bears. Well, we watched that on Monday Night Football. That pure, poor display of professional football. I was like, man, I would be embarrassed as a coach, as a player, if we've had a game like that. I mean, man, the turnovers, everything, just like, nah, something got to change. I don't know what's got to change, but I'll just go hit the whiteboard quick and be like, hey, practice on Monday or practice on Wednesday. Hey, we just gonna be grinding. We gotta figure this out. Something ain't right. We have to have a conversation every day about holding on to the ball and progressions and not making mistakes, staying on sides. We saw penalties and all type of things going on for both of those teams.
Yeah, turnovers, penalties, just poor execution, bad complimentary play.
Yes,
it's just ugly.
It's just, but it's again, with something you talked about, I think a couple of days ago or yesterday about player development.
Mhm.
It is lacking in some places in the NFL, and unfortunately, both of those teams, one in particular, Chicago, is struggling with player development. You got to have it. I mean, same thing like we're talking about with esports. You got to have player development. Players that come in, like I said, they know the game, but you got to help them along the way. That's
Mhm.
why we're hired on as directors and coaches to get them mentally to get in the part of the game to understand it, where they get better. And when I had the great question from the kid and one of the kids from the high school team in Georgia asking, I've played this game. I think he was talking about Splatoon, or no, he was talking about Super Smash Brother, and I've plateaued. So what can I do to get better? I feel like I'm just kind of at a place. I'm not going anywhere right now.
That's awesome to recognize the
right.
plateau.
And this is a high school player.
Because you have to recognize when
right.
you're
And this is a
not
high school player.
Yeah.
So for him to understand that and notice that's awesome. I should have said that to him, and he probably watching the show because the coach is a fan. His daughter actually works up here with me, and I said to him, I said, just find your weakest part of your game.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it for a second. What's the weakest part of your game? Like, you're good everywhere else. Where are you struggling? Were you something you do and you're not really good at that part of the game? That's what you work on.
Mm-hmm.
And then you keep everything else sharp and strong and work on your weaknesses. Go from there.
Yep, and that's the unfun part that you're talking about, where you got to watch your own film, right? Watch all the things you're bad at. It's not fun,
you gotta
but
suck it up, Buttercup, and watch that game film.
Yeah, doesn't matter any sport, esports, football, basketball, tennis. You got to watch the film, otherwise you're going to get those plateaus if you're not double checking your own work. But nonetheless, that's going to wrap it up for the Ahman Green Show. I am Harrison on the ones and twos. Ahman Green in studio with me, host as always. We will talk to you guys tomorrow, but don't go anywhere. Don't Pun Hour up next with DeMornay Pearsonell.
Yep.